Hello, my name is Erika Garcia, and I am the Constituent Case Associate for State Representative Barbara Hernandez of the 83rd District. We are here today to share part 2 of the Illinois Renters Payment Program, or the ILRPP, by the Illinois Housing Development Authority. So this is a tenant-led application portal that opened just June 28th and ends or closes July 18th at midnight. So if you recall, this is a tenant-led program. Last round was a landlord-led. So this round, if people were not able to talk to their landlords to ask them to begin the application, this is a time when they can start the process and also be eligible to receive these funds. So again, this application is only open to renters, not homeowners. And with me, I have my friend Curtis Spivey. So Curtis is the outreach coordinator for the Neighbor Project here in Aurora. And Curtis, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Thank you for that fantastic introduction. I appreciate that. I'll do my best to carry the mantle of speaking nice about me. Thank you. But yeah, my name is Curtis Spivey. I'm the outreach and volunteer coordinator with the Neighbor Project. We're located here in the heart of downtown Aurora, 32 South Broadway. We are a HUD-approved housing agency, working with the city of Aurora through various other programs like the FEC and the Network Savings Program. We provide all manner of resources for people here in Aurora and Kane County. Now, the ILRPP is something that we are helping facilitate to make the information flow easy, smooth and squared away as much as possible between the federal government, state of Illinois, and yourself, the viewer and the renter.
Thank you, Curtis. Yes, thank you for sharing a little bit about what the Neighbor Project is doing to help individuals, our constituents here in Aurora, to apply for this amazing opportunity to pay some of their rent and take ease in knowing that they may have some support with housing instability right now. So to begin this our presentation, can you please start by telling us a little bit about this round of the application and how it differs from the last round, and just maybe some frequently asked questions that you receive?
Sure. So this round of rental assistance is markedly different, mostly because this is tenant-led. The previous portion that just ended in June and May and June, that was led by the landlord. So the landlord would initiate the program or the application process. The link would then go to the tenant for them to fill out their portion. That goes back to the landlord, and upon completion, IDA paid the landlord. But now the tenant starts the process, and if the landlord is unresponsive or unwilling to take part, tenants may be eligible to receive direct payments. Now, there's a program and a process specifically set up for that, which we'll talk about just a little bit later. But we also have some frequently asked questions and all manner of things that we can explain about this program. Up to $25,000 in assistance can be provided. There are eligibility documentation requirements and many things like that. We can talk about some of the FAQs as well, but also I need to stress and reiterate that 15 months of rental assistance with the future of prospective rent as well. You don't have to repay the money, and if approved, once again, the funds go straight to the landlord.
Thank you. Yes, that is all great information to know. Again, the application is very similar in the fact that it is also just online, similar to the last application, right? So yes. Can you also then just move on and talking about the eligibility requirements for those individuals that maybe are thinking about applying but don't know if they are eligible or if they qualify? Can you just talk about some of that?
Sure. Thanks for planting a flag in the conversation though as well. And I did forget to mention that, yes, the application is online. This entire application is online. It can be found at IDA's, IHDA, the Illinois Housing Development Authority. We found on their website. It takes about 10 minutes to navigate. And once again, a Neighbor Project is here to help facilitate that. But eligibility. So for those in any of these categories, these are the folks who are eligible. If you're at risk of homelessness or housing instability, if you don't need to be a U.S. citizen to receive assistance. If you received renter's assistance before, you're still eligible to receive funds this round. If you reside in subsidized public housing, like Section 8, or receive housing choice vouchers, you are not eligible to apply for this assistance. However, you can contact the program administrator for rent adjustment if your income has changed. Eligibility, also there's adjusted median income as well, which we will talk about in a little bit further. There's requirements in regards to documentation as well, and I can touch on those. Government photo ID. Remember, it does not have to be from the United States. Proof of address, if the address on your ID is not your current address. Monthly rent and the amount past due. Proof of household income in 2020. Proof of public assistance, such as SNAP, and an email address.
Thank you for that. Yes, so we want to stress that if you are thinking about applying, you meet the eligibility requirements, to start getting those documents ready, right? You want to be able to have all the paperwork ready for when you start the application, it goes smoothly. So I know, Curtis, you mentioned earlier that you can't move on to the next section until you submit all the required documents and proof in that section. So if it asks for your proof of residence, you can't move forward unless you provide that. So although the application does have the option to pause and return to the application, just to make it smooth and flow easier, just have these documents ready, and we can add those required documents to the description of our video, so you have that handy. But thank you for walking us through that. So next, can we just talk about what you mentioned earlier? So we talked about the adjusted median income as one of the eligibility requirements. So this is very specific to where we live, right? So Aurora does fall in 4 counties, so each county does have a different median income. Right. But can we just talk about that briefly, Curtis, and maybe explain what that means? I know there's a threshold that you have to make a certain amount. Can you just talk about that briefly, and where we can access this information if we don't know where to find it?
Sure thing. So there is a chart that IDA has on its website, and now this program is for the entire state of Illinois. Okay. But on IDA's website, and we will read from you for Kane County, although Kane County encompasses, Aurora encompasses 4 counties, Kane, Kendall, DuPage, and we will speak specifically to Kane County, as Representative Hernandez's district covers the 83rd district, and that's all of Kane. Okay, so when it comes to the income, and on the chart, you have to be 80%, or excuse me, no greater than 80% of the adjusted median income, okay? And for Kane County, that is, pull up my handy chart here. For Kane County, for one person, that's $52,200, 2 people, $59,650, 3 people, $67,100. There is a chart that details up to 8 people. This is something that can be put in the link at the end of this video for people to check out. And once again, this is on IDA's website, and it will show you this when you go there, subsequent information to use when filling out the application. Again, these have to be, or it has to be correct totals.
Thank you, Curtis. Yeah, so quickly, a little bit of math for a family of 4 for Kane County, falling below 80%. So currently it is at 74,000. It would be around 60,000. So if you're making less than 60,000, and for a family of 4, you are eligible. So we want to just move on a little bit to what can we expect after you submit an application? What can the applicant, what's the time frame of when they can expect to hear back from IDA, or what is there to look forward to, Curtis?
Okay, Good question. Good question. I'm going to use this moment again just to simply reiterate that we at the Neighbor Project, we are not IDA employees and we don't work for the state of Illinois. But here's what you can expect. If the landlord did not fill out the application or out their own application section, IDA will contact them directly with further instructions. And I'll come back to the two different ways that IDA will capture and speak to groups who have had applications filled out by landlords and tenants, and then those by tenants only. You can check the status of your application online, very key. We'd like to make it be known also, this is not a lottery distribution type of system, okay? However, prioritization is going to be for individuals who've been unemployed for over 90 days and fall below 50% median income. The timeline to response applications is 60 to 90 days. Now, what was I talking about when I detailed what is next and how people get, paid if and how that happens? So here's how it works. After the tenant or the renter yourself completes section 1 and section 2 of the application, the housing provider, landlord, will receive a link to complete section 3 of the application. Once the housing provider has received, or excuse me, has submitted that portion of the application enters IDA's queue for review. Okay. Once the entire application portal closes on the 18th of this month, all applications completed by both the landlord and the tenant are eligible for review and funding. Okay, so if you yourself, the renter and the landlord both did it, if that process went smooth, that pool of information and applications are eligible for review and funding. If the housing provider or the landlord did not complete their part of the application, it will be considered an unresponsive housing provider application. Those applications go through a separate special review process, and tenants will be contacted by IDA with further instructions. So once again, for you to complete the application and have your landlord done, those or that group of applications are reviewed and funded. If you completed it, but your landlord said no, or your landlord is not responsive, nobody get in touch with them, they're not doing it, those applications are selected and then gone through another process of review. Now, to check on the status of your submitted application, this is a question that we get a lot because, again, the May and June portal just ended, and then there was a portal and an application period last year. Applicants can use their application ID to check the status of the application at ilrpp.ida.org/status. ilrpp.ihda.org/status. The application ID can be found on the first page of section 2 and 3. And make sure to note that the application status updates are not available immediately.
Thank you for all that great information, Curtis. I'm sure it helps people understand what they can expect moving forward. We do just want to touch on eviction. So I know this is a question that's coming up a lot, and I'm sure, Curtis, you hear it probably asked multiple times a week, if not every day. We do just want to talk about the current order from the governor, J.B. Pritzker. He has an eviction moratorium that he has been extending. Currently, it is extended until July 24th. So a tenant cannot be evicted until after this date. This date is the date that no police order, no sheriff's department, no judge will order any eviction proceedings to begin. We do want to give a resource in case you have any specific questions related to eviction, and that is to Prairie State Legal Services. They do provide free legal services for qualifying individuals that fall under a certain threshold of income requirements. We have the number, so the number for them, we will also include it in the description of this video, but for the sake of providing that resource, the number for the West Suburban office is 630-690-5885. 2131. And again, they will be able to answer any questions related to evictions. So again, the number is 630-690-2130. And that basically wraps up all the information that we had for everyone. Curtis, can you just give us your contact information in case someone has any follow-up questions or would like any assistance in maneuvering through this application process?
Sure thing. So you can reach out to me. Again, my name is Curtis with the C, C-U-R-T-I-S. And my email address is curtis@neighborproject.us. curtis@neighborproject.us. Our phone number, which I know by heart, is 630-906-9400. That number again is 630-906-9400. And yeah, this is a great way for folks to get some relief after a hard time with COVID. And the Neighbor Project, again, located downtown Aurora, 32 South Broadway, is here to help.
Yeah, and Curtis and other individuals at the Neighbor Project are available by appointment to help you through the process. They do have bilingual individuals at the Neighbor Project that can help people who are not English speakers. But thank you again, Curtis, and we hope that everyone enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please reach out to Curtis. If you have any questions related to eviction, Prairie State Legal Services, if there's anything that our office, the Office of State Representative Barbara Hernandez can help with, please reach out. We are here to serve you. And with that, thank you. Thank you, Curtis. Have a great day.
Take care. Have a great day. Thank you very much for the opportunity.